How's it going? Welcome back to the show. This is You May Roscoe, and I am Roscoe. And today we're going to be doing a reaction to a video that's titled Wicked Wildlife, the Tiger Snake. We'll be checking this video out. Before we do that, I do want to ask for anybody who hasn't that they please subscribe to the channel and also make sure you hit the notification bell. I do have a shout out to give to Robert Shields, who suggested that I check this out. So, Rob, thank you for suggesting this. Thank you for rocking out with me on the page like you have been. Probably that well, there is no probably to it. The greatest supporter. But it's just of the page. But yeah, but who's greatness is relative. So but yeah, I'm just throwing that out. So everybody else needs to step their games up. Be like, but Rob, much love to you. I appreciate you big time, and we're gonna rock this out for my man Robert Shields and everybody else out there. So yeah, no, I'm eager always to check out wildlife and animals and stuff like that. I love watching nature do its thing. But yeah, let's see what's gonna happen with this. So let's begin.
G'day, g'day. It's Nick here and welcome to Wicked Wildlife. And in this episode, we want to have a look at what has to be one of the most feared and famous snakes in the country. That'll be this fella here, the tiger snake. So stick around, guys. We're having a look at one of the most venomous snakes on the planet.
One of the most venomous snakes on the planet, and yet he's like front and center, right there, face to face with it. Like, oh my Jesus, I'm gonna continue, but ain't that how? What was the other guy who died by like stingray or something like that? Steve Irwin, was that his name? The famous guy for doing this same type of thing, but I've never heard of a tiger snake before. A tiger snake. That sounds like something I don't want to be close to. So let's keep it going.
Black man, wildlife. These still everybody out there. Thanks for watching. So, for a long time here in Australia, we've been taught that there's two species of tiger snakes, the black tiger snake and the common tiger snake. And those two species have been broken up into 6 various subspecies, things like the Chapel Island tiger, the Peninsula tiger, the common tiger, things like this. Now recently, this old theory has been a bit blown out of the water, and we've realised that genetically, all tiger snakes are very, very similar. Most people agree now that we only have one species, and there's some debate whether these subspecies will keep their subspecies status or whether we should all consider them basically local variations of the one. But what they're a great example of is speciation in action, because tiger snakes are massively diverse. From their name, you'd imagine they're all going to be pretty similar stripy snakes, but tiger snakes are some of the most diverse of all of Australia's venomous snakes. Being found in the environments that they are, up the east coast of Australia, as well as the bottom part of Western Australia, and on a whole bunch of offshore islands, these guys have some really unusual and specific niche environments that they're exposed to. So on some islands, these guys max out at only 1 metre long. Along the eastern part of Australia, they get to about 1.5 metres, like this cranky boy here. And on Chapel Island, they've been recorded a whopping 2.2 metres long and 3.5 kilograms, because over there they've got nothing to eat but mutton birds, and they have to get big enough to eat mutton bird chicks. So these guys are highly.
What is a mutton bird? Like, I've never heard of a mutton bird before. So must be something that's native, to the land, and we don't get to see a lot of over in America because yeah, I've never heard of mutton bird, but yeah, no, that diversity that he spoke of with these snakes doesn't sound like a good thing to me. The fact that there's no one specific way that you'll see this thing, you know. So you'll see one like this, and then you'll see another one that looks a different type. That's not all striped up like this guy, and you won't know it's a tiger snake. Or how do you know it's a tiger snake? Is what I should say, you know. But yeah, let's continue.
Diverse. Speciation in action. One thing that all 6 of these subspecies have in common is they're cool climate snakes. They're all found across the southern part of Australia. Along the east coast, they can push as far north as the Queensland border, but once they get to Queensland, they're usually only found at altitude, up high, cool places, and really closely associated with waterways. Now, being a cold climate snake, just like a lot of our other cold climate snakes here in Australia, these guys are live bearers. Doesn't make sense to be an egg-laying animal in a cool, wet climate and be dependent on some place being warm and dry for the whole time of incubation. So these guys carry their babies in their guts from place to place before they give birth to a litter of live young. Now these guys have 16 to 25 babies, and it doesn't change too much from one subspecies to the other, but they can have as many as 50 baby tiger snakes, and those babies are as venomous as mum and dad on the day that they're born. Now speaking of toxicity, this guy here is about the 4th most venomous snake on the planet, and in the last 10 years, these guys have bitten about 120 people. They used to be the leading cause of snakebite death, but they've been overtaken by the brown snake in Australia, partially as we've drained wetlands and tiger snake habitat and turned it into brown snake habitat, and also after the First and Second World War when populations on inland Australia, which is brown snake habitat, really started to explode. So today the brown snake's the #1 snake to bite people in Australia. The tiger snake's probably around #2. But in the early days, when settlers first arrived here, all along the coastline of Australia, and this guy here bit an awful lot of early settlers. Now, without antivenin, the mortality rate is between 40 and 60.
No, I'm sorry. It just he said it in such a matter of fact way, you know, this guy here is bitten a lot of early settlers. It's like, hey, you don't just skip over that, you know. Just continue through the story. Yeah, like he bit the early settlers. They all got it. They all had to get bitten, you know. And that place where the brown snake is, like I would think that the property value would be like nobody would be living in those areas. Like, why are people getting close to these animals to get bitten? Is what I'm is, or these things are just so covert and just kind of sneaking up on people. I don't know, you know. But let's continue.
60%.
Yeah.
So you
push back just a tiny bit. There we go.
Now, without antivenin, the mortality rate is between 40 and 60%. So your chances aren't good. Today, however, if you are bitten by this guy, you're hopefully going to be better off. Thanks to specific antivenins, survival from snake bites is almost 100%. We do have a couple of people die from tiger snake bites every couple of years, but generally being, as long as you do everything right, you're going to be okay. Now, if you don't know about snakebite first aid and you're living here in Australia, check out our video on snakebite first aid. We run you how to do it. And the survival rate with proper first aid is almost 100%. So this is what's going to save your life. Now, something about
almost 100%.
Tiger snakes that a lot of people find unusual is these guys can be really misleading. As I said, they're one of the most diverse of all the venomous snakes in Australia. And these guys, even in one population, are really commonly misidentified. This guy here is a brilliant example of this nice brown and yellow striping, but these guys can be anywhere from solid black, bright yellows, greys, olive greens. They can be striped, they can have double stripes, and they can be completely patternless. Here where I live, in Western Victoria, almost every brown snake I get called out for is actually a tiger snake without any stripes. So these guys are misidentified really often. Luckily, if you're bitten by a snake here in Australia, the hospital figures out which antivenin you need though. So if you are unlucky enough to be bitten by a snake, don't ever think you've got to kill the snake and bring it in. You're just wasting time, putting yourself or your first aider in more danger. Once you get to hospital, they figure out everything from there, and the doctor doesn't want to look at the snake any more than you wanted to see the snake.
Yeah, no, I was just about to say, why is he so comfortable with just being posted up right there in front of him? It's tiger snake. I don't want to. I wanted to say at this thing, but I don't even want to disrespect the tiger snake, thinking like it'll bite through the screen or something. But this dude is like uncomfortably close, and yeah, no, the snake finally like struck. He didn't catch him that time, but this dude, he trying to narrate and watch this guy at the same time, man. I don't know. I don't know how to, you better watch it, bro. Let's keep it going.
So at the end of the day, these guys have a pretty bad reputation amongst Australian farmers. But the reality is, snake bites in Australia are rare to begin with. Tiger snake bites are rarer again, with the brown snake being responsible for far more than the tiger snake. And these guys have been here for not thousands, but millions of years. They're an important part of the ecosystem. And if you can't live in Australia with snakes, maybe you need to book a ticket to New Zealand or Ireland. Snakes are a part of the Australian landscape. I can understand they're not everybody's favourite animal, but they're here to stay whether we like it or not. And we have...
Well, just call out everybody then. Either you could live here with the snake or you're a pussy. You move to New Zealand. Like he might as well just said that. He should have said that, but he kept it PC, but he might as well said you punk motherfuckers, Caitlin. Go elsewhere. That's my horrible attempt at Australian. But yeah, no, let's push it back a second or two, and let's keep it going.
Whether we like it or not, and we have to learn to live with them. The good news is they're really easy to live with. People overseas have this image of snakes being absolutely everywhere. But in Australia, unless you're out in the bush going looking for snakes, the vast majority of people will probably never have a close encounter with one of these guys. And through learning simple first aid, through being aware of your surroundings, wearing proper footwear, proper pants, things like this, you can save your life. You can avoid the snake bite in the first place and make sure you know what to do if you are bitten. Anyway, guys, as I said, these guys are part of the Australian landscape, whether we like it or not, attitude and all. But as always, I hope you've enjoyed our video, and if you haven't yet, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and if you want to help us get out in the bush, meet more animals, visit more facilities and get to other parts of the country and see more snakes just like this fella here, check us out on Patreon. Already we've got a group of patrons whose fantastic contributions are helping us put out more and more videos and show you guys more and more unique Australian wildlife. So check that out, patreon.com/wickedwildlife. I'll leave this fella alone. As always, guys, please be nice to snakes. Have a good one. See you next week.
All right, cool beans, wicked wildlife. That's what's up. All right, let's push it back on Steve Irwin Jr. Not really Steve Irwin Jr. All right. That was the video, the tiger snake, from Wicked Wildlife. And that was very interesting stuff. I had never heard of this snake before. I'm glad that it's it's a rarity that these snakes are attacking people, because that seems like, especially when he started throwing out the numbers as far as the mortality rate, is concerned after being bitten. It's like that's pretty high. As high as 60% of people don't end up making it if they end up getting bitten by these things. So it's good that's not a rampant thing. One of those things where it's like just happening everywhere. Like, oh, but the fact that he said that, you just kind of got to live with it too, like it's rare, but you live in Australia, wear sturdy pants, but wear the right shoes, you might make it, but yeah, this was fun. I can do these, like I like these type of videos, very educational, not just for me, but for anybody who gets a chance to watch this video and doesn't either doesn't live in Australia and doesn't know, or just explorative minds, so yeah, no. If anybody has more suggestions, these type of videos where we're just checking out animals and seeing them in their habitat do their thing, I'm totally with that and for that. So throw that suggestion out there. We could check that stuff out. So um, I don't know if they, this isn't like music reactions where it thumbs up, thumbs down, all type of stuff. So I'm not going to even worry about that. All of these, regardless of what happens, will get a thumbs up just because I like watching animals, even if they're dangerous, like this guy, the tiger snake, but not as dangerous as the brown snake, apparently, which, is my namesake. It's just, I don't like snakes, but, brown snake, to know that that's, more dangerous than this guy, or at least the venom, is that's a cool in a way. I don't know, the Roscoe Brown snake. All right. I knew a guy who had like it was a very huge snake. I want to say like a boa constrictor or something like that. Something crazy. But it was super like super big. Like it trumps however big that snake is. It's probably like twice the size. Just from what I could see. This little angle right here. But it was a big, huge snake. He used to feed that thing like rats. I would say mice, but they were big mice. They were rats to me, but yeah, no, I'm gonna leave. But before I do, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the share button, hit the playlist option. You'll pick the one named Entertainment Reactions. That's where I place these type of deals. So you'll see this along with a lot of other videos where I've reacted to stuff that's similar to this or just entertainment based in some way. So you'll find a lot of great stuff in this playlist is what I'm trying to get around to. So entertainment reactions is where you want to go for this. I do have playlists for other things. A lot of that is going to be music based, but I step outside of that realm whenever I need to, or people will throw out requests or that type of stuff. But yeah, I like to do some other stuff, so and I have playlists for those other stuffs, but yeah, just sports related type of stuff or comedy related, there's comedy reactions, there's sports reactions, entertainment reactions, so we jump into some other stuff, you know. And in entertainment reactions, you'll find some stuff too. I'm reacted to like fashion shows, and stuff. So you'll find some stuff. But Cash App, $, you made Roscoe, PayPal, you made Roscoe for those who like to show their support or appreciation for what's being done on the page. Any donations, those will be one of the two spots at the bottom of the screen. There's also the super thanks option that's available that you can include in that whole cash PayPal deal. And that's pretty much it. I'm done. I will see you guys again soon. So Until next we meet, be safe and be good. Good day, mates.